Okay, another look outside, 6:46. Let's send it over to meteorologist Kelly Bates with your forecast on the 6th.
Well, we have a much better start this morning. We don't have that locally dense fog that we were contending with yesterday during our early commute. So you don't need to leave yourself a little extra time to get where you're headed. Not today. We're in fact expecting mostly sunny skies throughout. So our current temperatures are in the 60s. Yesterday we began in the 70s, and 24 hours from now, these are going to be in the 50s. We're bringing in a whole new air mass that includes not only cooler temperatures, but drier conditions as well. Our dew points are coming down into the 60s, dropping into the 50s too, and we're going to start to pull this drier air into the region, across the entire region, through the course of the next couple of hours. Our winds have already changed wind directions to become northwesterly, and we're bringing in that cooler, drier air right from the heart of Canada. But there's one thing that's holding up this process. It's that front. It's the same front that went through yesterday evening with all of that active weather, and it still has yet to clear the Cape. It's just so slow moving. So that's the process we're going to work on this morning, getting the front to continue to move to the east. As it does, it's going to take the humidity with it and also any cloudiness that we see, and we're expecting actually a decent amount of sunshine as we go through the day. So by mid-morning, we're looking at sunshine for just about everyone except for the outer Cape. That's going to take a little bit longer, of course. This evening, expect clear skies as well. Your late commute, bring the sunglasses. Solar glare may be a point of contention, but that's really the only bump in terms of your commute. That brings us to Friday. Friday is going to be a dry day. Need to preface this right up front. We will be seeing clouds increase, though, as it looks like Hurricane Lee will be making a pass to our east. Now, we still don't know the exact track it's going to take. So right now, it looks like the biggest impact will be felt at the Cape and the islands. And of course, we're talking in the Vineyard and Nantucket, not necessarily Block Island. It will also determine how far west we see some wind, too. Now, we do have a tropical storm watch. That's the area shaded in salmon here across coastal areas of southern New England. In the interior, this isn't expected to be too big of a deal. We may see some rain. We have the possibility of up to an inch, but we're not looking at conditions akin to what we saw yesterday in the interior. Here's the storm, by the way, of which we speak. It takes up a lot of space. So even though I'm showing you a cone here, the effects are being felt very far on either side of the center of the storm. So it is expected to continue to weaken down to a Category 1 storm over the course of the next 12 hours. And by the time it makes its closest pass to southern New England, as we go to early Saturday morning, it also is expected to be a Category 1 hurricane. Landfall right now projected to be in the Canadian Maritimes. But even though the storm center will be well to our east, we will likely see effects in terms of rain and wind and surf. So surf will be coming up. When surf comes up due to storms like this, even though the center of the storm will be well to our east, it will still give us rip currents, some rough seas out here, and also can cause beach erosion. Of course, we are looking at the highest surf being well to our east, and there's going to be a storm surge in here as well, an additional 3 to 4 feet of water for the Cape. So wind is part of the equation, but if the storm tracks closer to the coast, the higher winds that we're expecting on the Cape will be shoved to the west. So this is our best guess as of now, and it looks like during the time of peak winds on Saturday morning, the Cape could see tropical storm force winds. Meanwhile, in the interior, we're looking at wind gusts possibly up to 40 to 45 miles per hour. And that will take us through the morning. Once we get to Saturday evening, we'll start to see those winds begin to relax. And in fact, by the time we get to Sunday, we're looking at much improved conditions. In fact, Sunday is going to be a fine day featuring tons of sunshine. It will be comfortable once again as dew points will drop again. So as we get into next week, the pleasant weather continues